Hello everyone, it's Gwathorn from Gwathorn's Games.
And Capture Fail. And the two of us are going to make a tier list of all the classes in LOTRO played on maximum difficulty. The video evidence for our decisions is there on our channel. Between us we've made one video levels say 12 to 15 and another one level 50 or so for each class. And so if you are new to our channel, you can go and see the details in those videos, but we're just going to make a tier list. Instead of the old SABC, this represents the colours that we think this class can consistently fight while on maximum difficulty, heroic+2. So, first up, Bjorning. Now, Bjorning is different when it comes to the videos in that I've been running one continuously all the way from, I think, level 10 when you decide your difficulty. And I think that, although I've been fighting every colour during the series, that the Bjorning can beat orange fairly consistently. It's one of the best. It has a heal that heals quite a bit and has a very short cooldown time, so you can just keep pumping it, and that's the key to success.
That's the yellow Bjorning is the healer.
That's right. We only used one, what we thought was the best colour in each class, except for the captain, as you'll see. So yeah, that's a good start with the Bjorning. The Brawler.
Brawler's one of the new classes, and its consistency is good. But
it has very good DPS. Now, the main problem with it was its heal runs out very quickly. It has this, its best heal is its Joy of Battle, which when you turn it on, it turns your damaging skills into heals, but only for 15 seconds. And fights at maximum difficulty, especially against an elite, are going to last longer than that. When the heal runs out, you start to die. So I think that the Brawler, as I tested it, can deal with yellow.
I would agree with that. You might be able to push it a little bit for very short fights, but you without the heals, your character, you just have to wait for the heals to come back.
I started in that video with an elite, a white elite, and I managed to take it out the second time after correcting my tactics a bit. And it was fine on white trash mobs.
But
and then I moved up to yellow and it could handle it. So, third rank there. Now, the Rogue, that is one of yours.
Burglar, yes. Consistently good with blue, I would say, maybe turquoise. If you want it to be a burglar that does a typical burglar of taking things down with stealth attacks, then it has to be turquoise. You could play it as blue, but only after about level 40. It's got some nice synergies that kick in that allow you to do blue, but I'd probably kick it at turquoise. Kick it at turquoise.
Well, that's if you want to play it as a burglar.
But to actually play it blue.
To play it however you want.
It's got medium armour, it can stand for a bit.
You'd probably be waiting for some cooldowns playing against blue. To have all your facilities when you start a fight.
Always in stealth and
There is a difference between classes in whether they get better with time or worse.
Yes, there is.
The rogue definitely gets better with time, so does the minstrel. We'll deal with that later. The brawler gets worse with time.
Yes, it does.
It was doing much better on low levels because its DPS is so high at low levels compared to everything else. Right, next, the captain. Now, you did a red captain first, I think, in your video.
Yeah, I've done blue captains and I've done red captains. The red captain is really good at DPS and has enough heals to keep itself alive against yellows. And the blue version of it is more reliable and probably works against orange. But the battles take a lot longer when the blue line is the healer and every attack is a healing attack. All heal over times pretty much. So you could push a blue captain into orange, but I'd say yellow to be consistent, because it does drop off. Level 50, yellow was about as good as the captain was going to be.
Okay, because we are talking about what you can take out consistently, not one that you can luck into just once.
No.
I mean, the brawler.
Actually, I
took out a single red, but at low level when it was better than its surroundings.
Yes. And the new captain's red line does do a lot of DPS, but the blue line is more consistent. It just you stay in there longer, and
Okay, champion.
Champion's our champion, I think. Consistent orange. A blue line champion, I think, is consistently orange. I have yet. It does drop a little bit when you get to the hundreds. Levels 100.
Yeah, well, we're talking about our level 50 principally, because the deeds that you get for staying on maximum difficulty terminate at 50.
And that's important. So look, you're definitely looking at orange with the champion.
Right. Okay. But let's describe how the champion actually does that. It's mostly about its bubble.
It's mostly about its sudden defense bubble. With traceries, starts out at every 40 seconds. You get a 25 or so % bubble, which in lieu of healing is a great thing to have. You start a battle with a whole heap of extra morale, which has to be eaten away before you actually start losing health. You've got bracing attack, which does 15 to 25% recovery of health with another 40-second cooldown, but that's enough between those two, and you've got others, but that's enough between those two to keep your health around 80, 90, 100%. And that makes it so much more, so you can get away with far more DPS with those two abilities. Your sword, your two-handed weapon actually blocks as well for a blue champion, and having that extra block, heavy armor, extra bubble, extra attacks, it's just a monster.
Yep. Okay. Guardian. That's one of mine. Now, the biggest problem with the Guardian was what little healing it has is long cooldown. However, as the video showed, it can just about hold its own on level. I'm classifying that as white. If you were content to slow right down and let your cooldowns come back, it could probably handle yellow, but I wouldn't call that a fun way of playing.
I think you're looking at on level.
So, Hunter is one of yours.
Hunter with traps, with 2 extra traps, so pulling...
One extra.
Yeah, 1 extra trap, so you've got your general trap, and you've got the yellow top of the tree trap. Gives you enough to do on level. To actually run on level. And that's definitely the way to go for a hunter.
Righto. Yes, it's a lot of people's favourite, so it's good that it can at least do this. Whereas on normal level, your hunter would be up here.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely would. It's just so much DPS to kick out.
Yeah.
So yes, and then there's the Lore Master. Now the Lore Master's turquoise. It's nothing more than turquoise. It really.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got your bear, which gives you a little bit of defense. You've got blinding flash, which means you can pick off 2 enemies one at a time, but it's still only turquoise.
Yes, and you're fragile, and you don't have much in the way of healing.
Yeah, no, it
and
really
those 2
is.
things together are death
Yeah.
in maximum difficulty.
Yeah, if you've got no healing, you've got light armor, you've got a bear that only sometimes stops things from coming at you, and you've only got one way to take on 2. Yeah, it's turquoise.
Yep. Okay, and see our latest video of the series for the evidence.
Yes.
Minstrel, right, I did that light armoured particular class, and at low level, in my low level video, it was awful. I'd have put it in turquoise or green.
Yep.
But about 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, they did a big nerf to the Minstrel, particularly to the low level Minstrel. But it's a nerf that disappears over time. They made it so the top level Minstrel at cap was just as strong as it always was, but low level minstrels who were doing too good of a job of collecting LOTRO points they really had their damage nerfed. So, but when I got to level 50 with the minstrel, I found it was going much better. I found it could handle on level.
Which is pretty good for a light armoured critter.
Yes, it's the healing and fast damage, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of AOEs.
More than you would expect. The use of the AOE definitely helps the minstrel.
And like the champion, it also has a bubble ability.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and I would play that second as soon as I'd attracted the monster's attention.
Yeah. Now, the Rune Keeper.
Back to light armour again.
It's light armour, but it has rune stones which act as tanks. Mm-hmm. And it can deal a lot, the lightning can deal a lot of DPS, and as soon as you get that healing stone in there as well, it is, I was taking out red creatures at level 50. Mm-hmm. Relatively consistently taking out red creatures. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether I would say you go against red.
Permanently. It's. I think, like most people, like us, would hate playing against red anyway because of all the artificial boosts that the red gets.
Yes.
It's not just a matter of its upper level; it resists things at a high rate and so on.
At level 52, I was taking on level 58 creatures, 6 levels higher than me, and taking them out 2 times out of 3.
Now it's not just the stones being tanks. It's the fact that all of our rune keepers' heals are heals over time.
Yes, which
so you
gives
can
you some
pour them all onto yourself
Yeah.
before you even start the fight.
And you have 2 bubbles as well.
Yeah.
So I'd say orange, but it might be pushing.
Well, I mean, this is not consistently red. Is the way I wrote it there.
Red,
Red
maybe
now
with
and then with luck.
Well, you
yes.
can definitely do red. You can definitely do red with the Rune Keeper. It is, and I've run it. I did a live video of it running at level 138, taking out level 140 creatures consistently. It's just the elite level 140 creatures that I had difficulty with that actually beat me. So, and that's on heroic+2. So, I mean, definitely check out the video as to what I was doing at level 138. But as soon as that character hits 140 and gets decent gear for level 140, that Rune Keeper is going to absolutely rock. Well, pun not intended. But yes, I think the Rune Keeper played is definitely going to be red, maybe with luck, all the way.
Okay, and last and least, I should say, because to really show what a warden can do, we should have taken the time to choose many different gambit combinations. So we just didn't want to spend that much time. So the warden that's in my video is one using morale taps.
Yeah.
He starts off with Persevere to get a bit of healing over time going, and then does morale tap gambits. And it didn't work out all that well. What I found was I could really only handle turquoise.
Yeah. Now we will try that warden in multiple different combinations and hopefully push it to blue.
Yeah, I mean, we'd mentioned on the video one alternative, and that's to do the entire Persevere line.
Yeah.
Doing nothing but heal over time. That would be single target only, though.
Yes.
But I oriented my character with area of effect morale taps, and since area of effect is a killer anyway on maximum difficulty, it was probably not the right way to go. But very doubtful whether the Persevere line could give you enough healing. There's also the possibility of going offensive with bleeds.
Yep.
And the possibility of the javelin stance. Is it a sailman? I'm not sure which one. And kiting around.
A lot of options for the warden, and with the new heroic+2, that takes it's. I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it definitely takes the other classes have the tree pretty much defines what you can do with them, whereas the warden has many variations to see where you end up. Is definitely it's definitely also one of the hardest ones to run. So hardest on heroic+2.
Yep.
But I think that gives you a good overview of where we are. As I said, we've done videos on all of them. The Bjorning is running its way through heroic+2.
Yeah, I'm doing the entire 50 levels with the Bjorning.
With the Bjorning. We're doing odd things with the champion and with the Rune Keeper, and I've shown a video with a level 100 and something, 14 or so champion, and 1100 and
we're doing a max difficulty duo with champion
and Rune Keeper, although the Rune Keeper is configured to be a healer.
Yes. He's not using that tactic so much. That,
Yes.
See, all of this is solo. We never said so, but I guess
Yes.
saying
All of it
this
is
is
solo.
soloing through maximum difficulty.
If I tried that solo configuration as a healer, I would be drawing aggro straight off the champion, and because I'd be doing so much heal over times on myself. But that's the way it works.
Yep. So to summarise, the Rune Keeper is king.
Yes.
Following up, a couple of heavy armoured and good healing
Yes.
characters in the champion and the Bjorning. You can go a bit above your level with the brawler and the captain.
Yes.
You can play the game totally vanilla against white creatures with a guardian, a hunter or a minstrel.
Yep.
But the burglar finds that a bit too hard, and the lawmaster and the warden find that a lot too hard.
Yeah. I think that's the way it goes.
Yep. Okay.
Well, thank you for watching, and feedback, of course, definitely appreciated.
And please sign up, subscribe.
Yep. And give us your feedback.
Have a look at the detailed videos we've got to back up our words. Okay.
Bye all.
Bye.